That is why we joined with Rabbi Schneier and we continue to work with the Appeal of Conscience Foundation to encourage greater understanding and tolerance among religions, and when necessary to speak the truth in love and to declare, as was first declared in Bern, Switzerland, and reaffirmed in Istanbul, a crime committed in the name of religion is a crime against religion. We owe it as Jews and Christians to our common heritage, to imitate our forefather Abraham, who received the unexpected visit of the three strangers under the shade of the oak trees in Mamre, described in Genesis 18. Israel's patriarch did not consider these strangers a threat or danger to his ways or to his possessions. He was not accursed by xenophobia, the fear of the stranger, but rather he was consumed by philoxenia, the love of the stranger. Philoxenia, a beautiful Greek word. Instead, he spontaneously shared with them his friendship and his food, extending such generous hospitality that the just treatment and compassionate care of strangers is enshrined in the Torah and in the Orthodox Christian tradition. This sin has been interpreted and identified with the life of God. Dear friends, we are called to become prophetic communities of transformation in a world of stagnation, prophetic communities of peace in a global society threatened by war, prophetic communities of dialogue in a culture characterized by conflict, and prophetic communities of reconciliation with God's creation at a time when the earth's future is at risk. We all have great exemplars to follow. For us Christians, we shall never forget the heroes of Bulgaria and Greece who, during the Second World War, risked their own lives to save their Jewish friends and neighbors from the outrageous horror of the Holocaust. Tomorrow we are going to visit our dearly beloved friend, Muhtar Kent, in Atlanta, the number one of Coca-Cola worldwide. He is a very good friend of ours. His father used to be a Turkish diplomat who worked very strongly in a compassionate way to protect Jews, Turkish citizens, and not only. A few years ago, the Jewish community in Istanbul organized a very moving celebration to venerate the Father Kent's service, generosity to the Jewish community during the Second World War. And for you, children of Abraham, we have those heroes who, against all odds, established a new nation to safeguard the tradition of the people of Israel. Neither of these efforts was perfect. Only a handful were saved. And today we behold how difficult it is to establish security and justice for all in the Middle East. Nevertheless, we are not dismayed. We are emboldened to continue our common struggle. A few years ago, we paid an official visit to the Patriarchate of Jerusalem, and the then President of Israel, Weizmann, received us in his office. And he said, Your Royal Holiness, you know I am an officer. And as such, during my whole life, I made either war or peace. I worked for either war or peace. And from my own experience, I can assure you that make peace is much more difficult than make war. Let us face these tasks together. Let us hold our hands not only in prayer, but also in solidarity with one another. We owe it to our God, to our common patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to each other, and to the world. Thank you.
The children are going to make a presentation to you. Jonathan? Where's the gift? The gift.
The gifts are themselves. What do you make for Emily?